What's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and this Saturday we finally have JDM versus Islam Makhachev for the undisputed welterweight title. It's happening tomorrow, and here are my predictions for all the fights on the main card, starting with the main event. Now, I've been going back and forth on this fight. I even made a video a while ago on my channel, like a short, basically implying that I thought JDM was going to win the fight. But I'll be honest, I think Islam Makhachev is actually going to win this one. I feel like after watching, their fights and trying to think about how this fight would go, I feel like I can just see Islam winning a lot more than I can see JDM. I think his grappling is really incredible, and I made this mistake with Khamzat Chimaev and DDP. I thought DDP was going to win, but the problem was I did see Dricus du Plessis get taken down by Robert Whittaker. I did see him get taken down and controlled by Derek Brunson, but I kind of ignored that and assumed that he would be more prepared for a guy like Khamzat. But no, I think, when you go up against these other grapplers who aren't as good as the guy you're about to fight, that tells us a lot about your style. And I think Islam is just the best grappler in the UFC. I feel like once he gets JDM down, it's going to be different, and I do think he will get him down to the ground. I think he'll get a submission. I don't think it's going to come early. I think this is going to be a bit of a battle. I think it's going to be a fourth round dart show for Islam Makhachev. But I think early on, JDM is going to be strong. He's going to be ready to strike, looking to pressure Islam, and we're going to see Islam striking again take a whole new level, because every time he goes up against a good striker, his striking levels up. I mean, from fighting Charles Oliveira to Volkanovski, his striking looked a lot better. From the Volkanovski fights to the Dustin Poirier fight, his striking did look a lot better as well. And I think that he is ready for this fight. He's put on the weight. He looks big. He looks healthy. And I do believe that fighters, when they move up in weight, they perform better. I feel like there's a lot of disadvantages to cutting so much weight. So I believe that Islam Makhachev will become a double champ this Saturday. But moving on to the co-main event, we've got Valentina Shevchenko taking on Zhang Weili. I'm going to go with Valentina Shevchenko by decision. I feel like she's just too good at controlling the distance, and she's way too well-rounded. She can go anywhere. Weili is also very well-rounded. She's usually the stronger fighter in the strawweight division, the better striker. But in this one, I feel like Valentina is just a far better striker. She's going to wait for Weili to come in and try to strike with her. But I think Weili is going to be missing a lot and getting countered. Valentina has a stiff right jab. I mean, she was busting Manon Fiorot's nose up in the first minutes of that fight. And I think she's going to be tagging Zhang Weili at will. I think she is going to be able to get some takedowns here and there. We did see Weili get controlled by Tatiana Suarez for, a bit of the first round in their fight, but eventually Weili was able to out-grapple her. But I do believe that Weili is going to struggle a lot on the striking. I feel like Yang Xiaonan had some moments on the feet against Weili, but Weili was able to overcome that with her grappling, but I don't think that's going to be an option here. I think Valentina is going to be too strong for her, and I think she's going to win herself a comfortable 48, 47, maybe 49, 46 unanimous decision victory. Then we got Sean Brady taking on Michael Morales, and originally I was kind of leaning towards Sean Brady, but I'm going to go with Michael Morales getting this done by second round TKO. And that's because I feel like he's a very powerful welterweight. He's going to be huge in there. He's got a crazy height and reach over Sean Brady. And although Sean Brady has some really good grappling and he's great at control on the ground, I feel like Mike Morales does have some good grappling of his own with his judo and wrestling background. And I think that on the feet, I haven't seen too much crazy improvement from Sean Brady. He does have fast hands, but sometimes I feel like he does rush a little bit on the striking because he, he's got the grappling threat. But I think in this one, Morales is going to be confident in his grappling defense, and I think he's going to let his hands go and catch Sean Brady with something that he doesn't like, and I think he's going to be able to put him away with strikes in the second round. Moving on to Leon Edwards taking on Carlos Prates, and to be honest, in this one, again, I was leaning towards Carlos Prates early on, but I think Leon Edwards can actually get this done, and I think he will win by decision. I feel like he's not gonna be there to get hit as easily as like maybe a guy like Jeff Neal or The Leech. I think Leon is very fast. He's got good footwork. I think the leg kicks are gonna be there for him. Prates does have a bit of a wider base, and his legs are planted on the ground. He doesn't really check it too well, but also he doesn't really deal with them because most of the time he's fighting like an orthodox fighter, or his opponent just doesn't attack his legs really. But I think Leon will attack those legs early and often. I think he's going to be on his bike in this one. I think he's gonna stick and move. I think he's gonna implement some of that Ian Gary game plan. I don't think Leon is going to really try to wrestle Carlos Prates. I think he's gonna keep it on the feet, but he has to be careful though, especially when he tries to counter, the 1-2s with a lead hook, because Prates will put him to sleep if he connects clean. So Leon has to be defensively minded in this one, and I do feel like we're gonna see a better version of Leon, purely because he doesn't have to deal with the threat of the takedown, and he's gonna be a lot more comfortable. And if he doesn't get this done, then that's tough. But I think he can definitely get KO by Prates. I'm not counting Prates out. This is also a close matchup, but I am going to go with Leon Edwards by decision. Then we got Beneil Dariush taking on Benoit Saint-Denis, and honestly, this on paper is a bad matchup for BSD because he can't really get the takedowns on Beneil Dariush. Beneil is a southpaw, so that closes off his left kicks, but also Beneil has a left kick that he uses on unorthodox fighters, so it's going to be interesting. But I think Benoit Saint-Denis can get this done. I think he is a powerful guy on the feet. He's getting better. He's changed his coaches. He's now training in the Nasruddin Imavov camp, and I think he's made some improvements. I think he's looking better. And Beneil Dariush's chin has always been questionable. He has good striking, but I think he'll get hit with something big here. And I think Benoit Saint-Denis will get it done by a second round KO. But those are my predictions for UFC 322. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.